S-Bus interface. So you can use this one directly and use the cable connected to the S-Bus. So you see this one. And RSIP 1 and 2, they are almost the same by interface, by looking. And only difference, and then you can see from the label. The label is different. And then, but RSIP 3, by looking, you can see the difference. From this side, so it's nothing here. But here, it's getting an IR learning feature. So the learner will be building here. So this is RSIP 3. And then you can see, most of our products is looking like this way. They are DIN-railed. So you can, when you install it into here, and then you can hand it like that. Okay. And then this way, so we have the two sides, such like this relay module or demo module will be looking, the size will be like this. But this is half of the size of the relay module. Okay, and when RSIP3 are connected, and then you can see from this way to connect it to the IR learner function, like the kit that maybe the older clients, they have this one. And this one is the receiver, and this one is the sender. So you can see RX plus and minus, and one for receiver, one for emitter. So you can use this one to learn the IR codes. So now, and from the video, and I have pre-recorded that you can see the difference looking of different generation of RSIP. And now, and then we are talking about that. Who is talking? Okay. And then you can see the default IP for RSIP. And now we are having this, the green one, the color, the green one. But we also have the old one. The old one is the chocolate color. So the color is different, but the function is all the same. But the old version, and we once have version 1.33 and 1.34 like that. So, and all the RSIP, if has the firmware version lower than 2.0, will have the default IP address as this, .10.100, ended with .10.100. But all new RSIP, and also the old RSIP cannot working on DDNS, and the new one we are working on DDNS. And all new RSIP got the default address as .1.100. So now you see, also they have some difference between Now can you see the PPT is clear? Now we go through this RSAP. And for the upgrade of the firmware, it's also different. For all the RSAP, you needed to download the LM Flash software for upgrade. And how to upgrade this one, and we have some special video. And later I will send you the link and within this PPT. And on how to reset RSAP. And all the RSAP after upgrade, better to reset if you cannot find it in smart cloud, because the IP not get the reset. So on how to reset the RSAP, and we have some videos that now we can show it.
Hello, Danny. You can see this is the old version, and now I will tell you how to reset it. Press the button. Keep pressing. You will see the right turn red, and then the resetting finished. Thank you.
So reset is very easy. Just long press the reset button until it turns red, and then release. And then smart cloud, and then RSAP will get restarted. Now, for the IP setting for RSIP, usually you already know that the RSIP get the default IP address is .1.100. So only one thing needed to bring notice for you is that make your PC and your router in same range. So the first step, and you needed to check the adapter settings and make a clean network environment. And the second step is check connectivities and then test later. And I have a video showing you. Now we are checking how this IP settings. First, go here, and this is your wireless or net adapter. Go to internet settings, and then go for adapter setting. Now you see, maybe you have a multi of the adapter settings for the IP address setting. If someone you are not using, and you just disable it. But in case that maybe you are connected the PC directly to the
Charles,
RSAP, and then you
Charles,
need to enable this one. Hello?
Charles. Yes, Charles, we cannot see anything except PowerPoint. Nothing else. Nothing.
So you cannot see the video.
No, nobody can see anything. Anybody else can
No, no.
like me?
No. Nobody see.
Nobody
We
can see
didn't see anything.
the start. Even Alex video.
So you cannot see any video. I have
No, we
played.
didn't see any video before.
No. We not see the video any video.
I don't think we can see, only see the PPT.
So all the video not working, right?
No.
Oh my God! Just one moment. I have another way to showing you the video.
Please, no need to make multi-screen. Just we need one screen. When you show the video, it's on that screen. When you want to show the slideshow, it's on one screen. No need for sound effects. We need very simple. You can talk. You can click and talk. No need for sound effects.
Okay, I will showing you another.
Okay.
Just one moment. I'm showing you the video. Now you may see.
Yes.
Now you can see the video.
No, your picture. No, till
No,
not.
we can't see.
Now you may see. I have on the table. No, not the video. Just one moment. I will change another share another screen. And哦，小区，你先把你的先退出来。Okay, just one moment, and I've stopped this guy. 小区，你先把你的那个 Teams 先关掉看看，他们说好像大家都看到你，然后看不到其他的。 Now can you see the video? I have on the table and the three ISIP. They are. Can you see the video?
Yeah, now we are getting.
So now you can see the video, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then we
Yes.
go.
Yes, yes. Now, yes, okay.
Now we go on. Different generation. And one ISIP. So you see this one, the ISIP, the first generation, the second generation, and ISIP2, and the third generation, ISIP3. They are in the same size, and also and they can do it like this one. Now you can see the difference. Firstly, and the first generation ISIP and the second one and also the third one, they have the same interface for integration. For IS-232 or IS-485, you see, and this connection, they are the same, the interface. And then a second generation, and for this one, they are different, and this one with logic inside, and more than ISIP 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. And then all of them and get this interface is for connected to internet or to the router, to your PC or to the switches. So that's if you wanted to control from internet or from LAN or from your PC, and then you need ISIP. Otherwise, if you are not taking control from your mobile phone, for PC, for any smart devices, and then no need the ISIP because it's the gateway. And then you can see, and all these RSIPs, and they are getting the S-Bus interface. So you can use this one directly and use the cable connected to the S-Bus. So you see this one. And RSIP 1 and 2, they are almost the same by interface, by looking. And only difference, and then you can see from the label. The label is different. And then, but ISIP3, by looking.
Gentlemen, even.
From this side.
Gentlemen, even
So
if
it's
you
nothing
don't
here.
want
But here,
internet,
it's
you
getting
need
a higher learning
RSIP, otherwise you cannot
so the
program.
learner will be building here. So this is RSIP3. And then you can see, and most of our products is looking like this way. They are DIN railed. So you can, when you install it into here, and then you can hand it like that. Okay. And then this way, so we have the two sides, such like this relay module or demo module will be looking, and the size will be like this. But this is half of the size of the relay module. Okay, and when ISIP3 are connected, and then you can see from this way to connect it to the IR learner function, like the kit that maybe the older clients, they have this one. And this one is the receiver, and this one is the sender. So you can see RX plus and minus, and one for receiver, one for emitter. So you can use this one to learn the IR codes. Thank you. And then we are going back. Someone. Well, we are going back, and then we see, and we have the next video, and then that's we missed just now. So this one, now we are checking how this IP settings. First, go here, and this is your wireless or network adapter. Go to internet settings, and then go for adapter setting. Now you see, maybe you have a multi of the adapter settings for the IP address setting. If someone you are not using, and you just disable it. But in case that maybe you are connected the PC directly to the ISIP, and then you need to enable this one. And then when you go double click and go for the settings and go to the IP settings. Make sure that and all of these ones, your PC and the router and your ISIP and in the same IP range. Usually by default, the ISIP, the address should be 192.168.1.100. And then the first three groups should be the same settings and in your ISIP, your PC, and your router. Only the last numbers that you can change. And also by default, and the submask address will be doing like that. Usually, this is kind of type C classification of IP address. If you don't know what is type C, and check Google driver. And check in Google and search. And then this one, since I'm using the wireless connection, so disable this wired one. And then go for this one, and then you can check this is the detail and whatever I have for this IP address. This is the way to check your IP address. And I set the IP address and make a clean environment and disable all other adapters. And another way, and you can also check your address by command, and then come here and input the CMD. You can use in the IP configure, the command. Then now you see, and my IP address is looking like this, .1.211. Then you need to pin, and maybe pin the router, if the connection is good. It's showing that's nothing lost, everything is okay. And then you can pin the ISIP to see if the connection for ISIP is good or not. Okay, now through this with the ISIP, and you can make sure that your ISIP and the connection good. And then we are go to the smart cloud as a final check. Every time, and do remember to run a smart cloud as an administrator, and you can go here and for settings once and for all, check the compatibility, and then check always run as administrator. And then when you click, if you are not running as administrator and on the Windows 10, and you will pop up some of the error messages. Usually don't change this one. By default, the username will be user and the password also be user. And then you can see from here is the version of Smart Cloud. So always keep the latest version. Then check the configurations and the connection. Find your right IP. In case that maybe you have multi IPs, so select the right one and then restart Smart Cloud. Since I have only one, so no need to restart. And then click here and you can get fast search tools for Smart Cloud. And you will also find that the version of Smart Cloud can be listed here. And your IP address, if you have got the right IP, and it will be showing at the corner, like this one. So when you search, if you find the devices, find your ISIP, and then it's showing OK. So let's go back to our this one. In the video, after that, we can see and get the right connection of ISIP. And then, but in some of the cases, that maybe they had some of the IP range are different from the ISIP range. It's not set by .1, .100, but maybe by some other ones. So at this circumstance, and we have another way. First way to change the IP address for your ISIP. Change to in accordance and with your router. And secondly, they have a second way that assign one more address for your PC. Check, and we also have the video showing this one. In some of the condition, we may need to add one more IP address because the project and the router already has different IP address. So at this circumstance, then we can add in one more. For example, first we go to adapter, and double click, go to the settings, then go to the TCP IPv4. Now, currently, and we are getting the IP address doing like this, but maybe and from your client is a little different, but it doesn't matter, and we can add it. And then click this one for advanced setting and Control V, and then go here to add one more. So the more, for example, and 172.16.50.1 like this, and then it will automatically filled with the new address and the new subnet ID for this IP address. So now you can see this one has been added. Also, if you have one more gateway, you can add it here. And then after you add in, usually the client maybe has different IP address, but you can add our IP address such like 192.168.1 something, and then you can until you can find it and in Smart Cloud, and you can ping this whatever their ISIP. Okay, now we finished adding new one and then save. And this is the way that if you wanted to add one more IP address for that one, and you can do it this way. And now they have some ISIP reference link. The links for menus for all ISIP and the programming menu, you can see from here. And then we also made a special menu for ISIP logic and also for logic module, because the logic section, they are the same, showing how to configure logic for ISIP. Usually ISIP2 and ISIP3 has this function. Then we have some frequently asked questions and which connected and also in the Google Drive and from this link and you can follow and then to see what happened. And this is the video showing if you have the generation 1, the first generation RSIP, if you don't know how to upgrade firmware, you can check from here. This is showing the video. We also made some RSIP integration. I think that's not in this session, and maybe we will have some special session, and we are talking about focused on integration later. Then the second part of this session today is the smart cloud configuration software. Today we are not talking about how to configure software on
Charles,
some of the products, but we are just.
Charles,
Hello?
Charles.
Yes.
Have you told them about the logging function of the RSIP3? The SD card and the logging function, which is very important for reporting and for history checking of every event happened.
This is the coming future, yes, and we has the SD card and embedded and inside the new RSIP generation RSIP3, which will back up the login, and you can trace back the history of login and logout and the devices records, the activities of devices. And later, and when we focused on RSIP programming and on the integration, and we will talk further about the RSIP. And today we are only firstly and focused on, because I have here a lot of voice and from the clients that they cannot find RSIP. Actually, this is old and a basic idea, but I think that this is mainly from IP configuration issue. And then for smart cloud, and also for the connectivities.
What Charles is trying to say is the most important thing ever is the configuration of the RSIP and to get the RSIP on network. Without getting the RSIP on network, you cannot program anything. You are paralyzed. You cannot connect to anything. And what is RSIP? RSIP is one of the most beautiful and the most powerful and the best devices that you can ever work with, because RSIP is not only for programming, it is your gateway for integration to anything else around the world, any third party device, elevators, Modbus, for BMS system, computers, anything you want. Thank you.
Thank you. And the smart cloud software also very important. It's PC version that you need to run a Windows. Then this is a Windows-based software. If you wanted to program anything, and then you needed this software, and RSIP is the hardware, and this one is the software. And this link from this link that you can download the latest version. And usually we will upgrade smart cloud frequently. Why? Because and we are expanding the ability of smart cloud for programming and new devices and for added new enhanced features. So you can check this link and then download the latest version. And I do remember and always run smart cloud software as administrator in your Windows. So, and this page may be strange for most of you, but I have to bring to this presentation because they also have some of the situation and some of the clients may be running too much software. And actually, if you know something about the Windows operation system, that you may know that each of the software will use some of the port, the software port to running the software. And the software and the running on some of the port. So by default, the port will be used for a smart cloud is 6,000. But sometimes if you have other software maybe used already occupied this port, and then you can check. How can you can check this one? And we needed to run CMD and then run these ones. For presentation, I will showing you how. Usually the smart cloud is running without after installation and it will be running good. But sometimes actually only a few of them and only have these questions, and because he is running maybe too much software and in the PC, and some of the port may be in using by some other ones. So every of the software running in and Windows would have some of the port, and without this port, and it cannot be running. For example, and then we need to check who is using this port. Usually, by here, and the smart cloud configuration software use the default one is 6,000. And so firstly, we need to run and to check who is using for this one, and try to copy this command may be useful for you. But firstly, you need to go to croot. How to go to croot? I think that if you have any basic of the computer technology, and then you would not forget this one. So now we are back to C. And then just copy and paste this one. You can see now this is all the running software in the background and with the port, and the PID means the port, the PID number. So if you don't know who is using our PID, for example, and then you can check and find that who is using. And now you see this one and no one running 272, and this for example, for 6,000. Now if nobody is running, and then we can check this one. For example, and this is 956. So this kind of services. So if someone is using the smart cloud, the port, the PID, and then you can find it on the list if they have any of the conflict. For example, we can check another one. So this is my Q2 is running using this PID by Tencent company, the same company of WeChat. So after that, and then you can using task kill, kill the PID, release the port. Okay, this is showing you if the PID is occupied by some other software, and then you can check by using this kind of commander. This is Windows some skills. If you are good at Windows commander, maybe you have more skills. And for this one, when you check the PID, the port is being used by other software, and then you can change the other port or change or uninstall the other software. Then we are talking about the DDNS. What is a DDNS? And we no need to talking too much about that. It's the dynamic domain name service by internet, and you can search from Google and find that what. But for RSIP, if you because some of the clients ask it that if I wanted to make a control from my phone and to my devices to turn on the lights and turn off the AC and all of these ones, but I'm out of my home, out of the office, but I want to turn on and turn off, then you need this one. To do this one, and you need to send me the MAC address as here, and to show me the MAC address and also the user ID that you would like to use for controlling. And make sure that your RSIP has upgraded to the latest version. And you can check from Google Drive the latest version. And usually the stable version, and we will upload it to Google Drive. And then in RSIP, the setting pages in Smart Cloud, you need to enable DDNS. After enable the DDNS, you can see our server IP and the domain name for the cloud server will be looking like this. So if you have the same one, and then you can apply the user ID, then I will register you to the DDNS server, and then we can make a control from internet. Today, last things I needed to bring your mention noticement is that for every engineer, better to have a maintenance kit. Usually, essential maintenance kit will be included this one, the power supply, the S-bus connection cable, and the net cable, and one RSIP. Or if you have the DDP, the control panel, it's good. And then we have another videos and showing you how this one, the maintenance kit. I recommend that all the G4 installer engineer that to have one maintenance kit, and you can make it by yourself. I think now you see, this is one of the standard one. Now you can see, and this is RSIP. So must be tested in the office and everything is working. And maybe, and you can have one DDP, the control panel. And then this one is the net cable. And you can use this one connected to the router. And then this one is for the S-bus connector. And you can make a longer cable. And then this one, and the small router. So this one with this, and then you can connect it together. And then the power supply, maybe you didn't no need to make such big size like this one, but it should be has the 24 voltage and output. So when you had this one, and then you can go to the site because this one is working and this one is working, and the IP you already has been set it, and this one also working, and then you can easily judge and what happened. And then this one you can connect it now in the cable code. Thank you. It is good that if you have the maintenance kit, then you can go to the project. If they have any issue raised, and then you can check because you have one working small S-Bus network, and then you can add them one by one, and then to find out what happened, what's the issue, and then solve it very fast. So I think that's the kit, the maintenance kit is helpful for you. Now we are almost ended this session. So next session, if you have any questions and or if you have any suggestions, and please let me know. Thank you very much for your time. So if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions, and you can put it on the channel and also send me to the WeChat message or something. Oh, thank you very much. And we ended this meeting today. Also, your question is on how to use this kit in the project. Actually, when you connected, made a small S-Bus network, and then that's and you can search and find the devices from smart cloud. And later, and then when we are talking about the smart cloud programming, and then later you will find the way. But I recommend the maintenance kit, and later you will find that this is a good way to find out the solutions for the issues. I will look through and all your messages now and then answer you. I will upload and this PPT and the videos and of today. I think that then you can get a clear view. Actually, I tested with my phone and also with the PC. Anyway, I will upload it. Thank you, and I will take all your advices and suggestions, and then I think that's for our next session. Thank you.